Oversky looks like he's going to try to kill off all these cannons here. Now he's going to go for a probe harass, but look at that! Look at that High Templar. It's just bringing doom and destruction and climate change into this base. And oh, missing! Oh man, Naura stormed his own probes. Oh, that's terrible for Naura. He stormed a number of his own probes there, and Oversky danced away beautifully from that storm. And I have to say, Oversky, wow, dancing once again away and picking off the High Templar. Oversky has taken a huge lead in this game, and wow, oh, finally the storm catching a couple of these Mulisks. I think these Mules are finally at very low health, but that was an amazing harass there by Oversky. Naura, unfortunately, he stormed his own probes and killed a number of them. And now I feel that Oversky is taking a definite strategic lead here. Basically, Naura is stuck to 2 bases. His Zealot Rush has completely failed, and wow, he has no air units to deal with this. This is absolutely horrible for Naura here. He is using the storm pretty well, but I think Oversky just has to pump some Mulisks, and he pretty much will be able to harass Naura to death here, because there's only so many storm that Naura can produce. And if Oversky just goes mass mutas, I feel that he could just take the win pretty quickly here. Lurker's out for Naura though. I'm sorry, for Oversky now. So I'm not sure if Naura has anything to get ready for that. He really is behind on tech now. He's got Templar attack. He doesn't have a Robo Bay though, and he's not going to be able to get the observers he needs. Now he's getting the robotics facility. I don't know why people always call it Robo Bay. For robotics facility, because you should say robotics support bay. I guess that's support bays. That's the thing to say, and robotics facility. But people get that confused and end up saying robo bay, which is you're just not sure what they're saying. Anyway, so now a lot of units moving towards the front here, and Lurker there. Oops, hitting those speed lots, and the speed lots are just completely useless so far this game. A lot of overlords following this this army here by Oversky, and Oversky's got a significant army, I have to say. And, oh, he's got drop, actually. So Oversky going for a fairly large-sized drop here, a nice healthy-sized drop, scouting with a Scourge. And these are going to drop into the secondary in a matter of seconds here. I'm not sure if Naura has what it takes to take it out, though. Although there are a number of cannons there, so it looks like he is going to be ready for this. Plus, the High Templar have moved. One High Templar has moved in the back here, so that's going to be critical. If Dazang can, if Oversky can take that out, that'll bring him a lot of success with this drop. Looks like a Mulisk going in then to take a look. And Naura there hit his own gateway. Naura has a ton of High Templar, by the way, inside of his base. I guess he's going to try to use the Storm Defense against the Mutas, but if the Mutas park over the probe line, that could lead to a lot of friendly fire there, and that would just be very unhealthy. So basically, Oversky has gotten a sort of interesting contain here on Naura. Basically, Naura is forced to get this observers before he can do any sort of offensive action. And Oversky, gotta stop calling him Dazang, is taking over the map here. He's gotten 4 bases up and running. He's getting his 5th one at the upper left. And 5 versus 2 is just not good. But meanwhile, he might be neglecting his unit production for pure economy, because I don't see him a lot of forces in the way to deal with this. Observers have come out, and he was trying to scourge that observer, but it's not going to be successful. He's going for the drop now, and it's going to be a race here between whether Oversky can do enough damage or whether Naura will be able to kill off his expansions first. But Oversky now going for this drop, and Naura has spotted it. Here comes the drop. It probably has Lurkers and Hydras inside. Wow, Naura running his forces desperately back. It's a drop on the gateways here. Storm going off, though, on the landing zone. Managing to kill off an Overlord, but that's pretty much it. Another drop right on top of the Dragoons there with Zerglings, but wow, Naura with excellent storms there. Now he's picked off all the forces. Yeah, basically that landing was not going to work very well. Once Naura caught wind of that and pulled his units back, basically Oversky was trying to do that flank. With that drop. I'm not sure if I really feel that Oversky should have gone for more Mulisks instead of setting up drop tech and Lurkers. I felt that if he had just produced something like 9 more Mulisks about 4 minutes ago when he was doing that harass, it would have just taken down all of the stuff inside Naura's base. Basically, after he picked off the High Templar, it would just be GG, because Dragoons are just so hard to use against Mulisks. And especially defending 2 bases are spread out like on Katrina. And now, basically, now Raw has fought himself back into the game quite well here. He's going to be moving down here against these lurkers. Nice storm going off on the Zerglings. He has a very good army for dealing with lurkers, also High Templar and Dragoons. I think he's waiting for his Observer to come to push into these lurkers. Here comes the Observer, storming one of these lurkers here. And Naura now getting his second expansion finally at the inside there, inside 12 o'clock position. Another flanking force coming from Oversky, though. He's going to be trying to get these Zerglings into the second expansion, I think. Yeah, into that new expansion, and he is going to be able to force Naura to cancel his expansion, I think. And Oversky going for another drop inside the base here, trying to use his lurkers to take him out. But wow, lurking all over the gateways there and doing a lot of splash damage to that clump of zealots. But wow, storm going off on those lurkers. Those lurkers are going to be taken down by two nice storms there. And once again, this drop has not been successful at all. Naura has planted cannons all around his base to deal with these drops. And now I feel Naura actually has an advantage in this game because he has better tech than Oversky. I'm not sure if Oversky has a hive yet. Although Oversky still has more expansions, I think Oversky's army is pretty basic right now, and it's not exactly the correct army composition to deal with Naura's. He's gone for the lurkers. Actually, no, he does have a hive. Wait a minute, he has way hive tech. Ultra's Cavern and Defiler's Den, so I was wrong about that. Actually, once he switches into Ultralisks and Defilers, I think his unit composition will be much better for dealing with this. But until then, he's going to be relying on these cracklings to defend for him. And wow, against this large Protoss army, cracklings alone are just not enough. He's consistently trying to find the flank, though, and once again he's getting a flank on the second base. But I think he's going for these flanks too often and not with enough forces, because every time he's trying to snipe the Nexus, actually. Every time he's getting his forces killed off, though, although this time, forcing Naura to storm his probes again. Ouch. But finally picking off all the Zerglings. And meanwhile, Naura's giant army is just moving closer and closer to Oversky, and I'll say Naura definitely has the edge here. Basically, the lead has swung back and forth in this game so far, making it quite exciting. And now, I think Oversky is going to kill off this Nexus. Yeah, he's going to pick off the Nexus. Nice move there by Oversky, actually. Certainly hurting the economy a lot. But unfortunately, he doesn't have a large army to deal with this huge force here. And basically, he's just trying to use delay tactics as much as he can with these Zerglings until he can get some Ultralisks out. And wow, now they're about to get into this expansion, and they might be able to kill both those hatcheries. That would be a huge loss. And Oversky walking his lurkers in, and actually catching a decent position here against it. But wow, another great storm by Naura. I have to say, his storms this game have been spot on. This is Naura looking as good as ever against a Zerg player. Of course, you can take a look at his performance against Savior about 2 years ago in the MSL to see an absolutely epic Zerg versus Protoss series. Wow, and Oversky is just going to lose so much here. He's lost so many Zerglings. He's going to lose all 3 of his production hatcheries here. That's really unfortunate. This is I'm not sure if Oversky was wise in trying to put them at that location instead of putting them in his main or something. I guess he wasn't expecting this to go down. And that Archon has 27 kills, 25, whatever. I mean, the Archons all have ridiculous amounts of kills, and I don't see any Ultralisks out, unfortunately, for Oversky. Oversky has, I believe, +2/+1. Naura at +2 attack, +2 Carapace, +1 for Oversky, I believe. Although I could be wrong again. Those zeros look like 2s sometimes to me. A lot of creep colonies going up here at the main base for Oversky. Interesting. I think he should be using these resources to get the